Minecraft is popular everywhere in the world, but each country has a different culture and a different way of playing. That's why today I'm going to test how each country is represented in Minecraft. I'll rank the mod or mod pack from each country on this tier list, starting with the United States.
But we break up the makeup, get down and get up. Break up the makeup, get down and get up.
The country United States is known for many things like the White House, Hollywood, wealthy companies that dominate the whole world, and usually the most famous superhero movies are made there, like the Avengers franchise. Why not a mod featuring Captain America to represent the United States of America? This mod adds not only Captain America, but also his insane shield that you can throw. Our scooters? And this mod adds many superhero costumes. Of all the movies, series, and comics you can imagine, I am going to test my favorite, which is the Flash from the series, for you to see. Hey bro, I'm going to turn on the speed of the Flash here so you guys can see. Look at this crazy thing, dude. I'm so fast, man. I'm driving at 150 kilometers per hour. Since I am fast, I can also activate slow motion vision. In other words, now I'm seeing the world in slow motion. And now I activated my speed, meaning I'm in slow motion with super speed. Look, I'm going to put the slow motion here again. And see how the whole world slows down around me while I have this super speed. I can come here, hit the creeper, move away. Let's go away. Hit him again. Just like the Flash, dude. Nothing is as fast as I am. This is just one of the outfits, right? Oh my god, I just found out that you can walk on water like the Flash, dude. Just like the Flash. I just put on the Iron Man suit to see what it can do. First, I can fly away in survival mode. Hold the C button, I can shoot laser. Wow, oh crazy dude. I'm flying so fast. That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Oh, let me send the armor here again to see if it attacks. Now it does, see? The armor alone is going to attack the zombie. If I want to get in it again, I just do this and done. I really want to see if there is Spider-Man. Wow, there's Spider-Man, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to become Spider-Man. I became Spider-Man. First, I just have this here. If I want to activate it when falling, I just press G. When you press F, do you activate slow motion vision, like spider sense, right? Pressing the C button activates the spiderweb launchers. Capture the mobs? Is there so much sand that it bounces off things? Pressing V, we can get out of awkward situations. Just using the spiderwebs. Hey dude, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man too, man. I don't know. I'm torn between Spider-Man and the Flash as my favorite superheroes. I would love to make a whole video about this here. If you want, I can bring it. Now that we've seen it working, let me show you how to make these costumes. First, you need to see the outfit you want in the Suite database. Collect the necessary materials, which are usually Tritium, Iridescent Gold, and Experience Points. There you load a USB drive in the Suite database. Place that drive in the suit making machine to create the suit. Pay attention because you'll need the suit core too, okay? And after that, your armor will be crafted inside the suit fabricator, and you can use it comfortably in your world. And as promised, let's review this mod. And here's the thing, it's not saying that the United States is better. After all, I'm from Brazil. But the superhero mod, that happened to be the mod chosen for this video in the United States. It will be hard to surpass. That's why I placed it here in the highest category of our tier list. Now we're going to move up a bit in North America to test the Canada mod. At first your Minecraft will seem normal, but when you install Canada Craft, you may find at first glance your Minecraft will seem normal. However, when you install Canada Craft, you can find this block. What is the ore of Canada? You need to mine the Canadian miner. And then you will have this block here, Canadian ore, and you put it in a furnace. Portal ore from Canada, and you throw it in a furnace. You will have the Canadian pod portal. Then you go to your crafting table and do this crafting here. Then you create the portal to Canada, right-clicking on it. You are teleported to Canada. Here you find common things from Canada, like redwood, berries, salmon. You can find this kind of orangish forest here, which is the maple forest. It's a fruit. I don't know if it's a fruit, but it's something very common in Canada. There's a beaver, there's this moose here, which is quite an ugly moose, right? There is a bear, there is a forest corridor, which is this creature here. A villager with some trades. There is the Golem of Gibson. There is a maple monster. A mining monster. There's this weird brown guardian. And there are these 3 different blocks here. This mega maple monster spawn block. You can craft it like this using maple leaves, a bucket of maple nectar, and a Canadian gem block. All of this is easier if you look at craft using a mod like just enough items, okay? These blocks you basically put on the ground, and it generates a mega boss for you to face it. It has the berry bungler. What creates this creature here that you have to face? I don't know the relation of this with Canada, but since you are Canadian, you can explain it to me in the comments. And there's this monster here too, which is the Siltstone Creeper. Good luck defeating those bosses and finishing the Canada mod. For me, this mod is much less fun than the United States. But besides that, it's kind of a weird mod. It's from a new dimension, but I would say we can place it here in the letter C section of the tier list. Let me know if you disagree. Now it's time to travel to the country where I was born, Brazil. And here in Brazil's countryside, we don't just have one style. Actually, there are two Brazil fields reworked and Brazilian things. Let me start by showing the Grêmio jersey we have in Brazil and stuff. And also, let me grab Juliet here. Why is it Gilio now? He's into funk music, he's Brazilian, representing the Brazilian nation. But let me put on the Brazil shirt, which I think is a bit more characteristic here, since we are talking about Brazil. The Brazil mod adds, Among Us is dead. My god, what have I done with Among Us? When you click on the dead Among Us, it makes a little alert sound from Among Us. There is also medicine, and you can take the medicine capsule like the ones here in Brazil. In this mod here, we have the chair and table from Skull. You can set up your own bar. You can also put a clay filter on top if you want. They have Brazilian money too, look at this. 1 Brazilian real coin, 2 Brazilian real bill, 5 Brazilian real bill, 10 Brazilian real bill, 20 Brazilian real bill, 50 Brazilian real bill. There is even a 100 Brazilian real bill and a 200 Brazilian real bill. There are these little Brazilian villages here too. There's the bus stop, where you can wait here for the bus. And here we have some street vendors with lots of caramel colored dogs, you know, because if you go to Brazil, you see a bunch of caramel colored dogs. Hey, sales, promotion 3x5, 5x3. Pastry, chicken dumpling, and french fries. Then with the money, you can come here and buy french fries, ketchup, cocina, rolled pastry. To buy watermelon, grapes, oranges, guavas, passion fruit, sugarcane juice, orange juice, passion fruit juice, grape juice, acarajé. And by the way, the village's name is Jolson. Is that acarajé good, mate? Hey, I earned the Brazilian acarajé achievement. There's a suspicious omelet here. Let me eat it to see what happens. Okay, I got it. Wait a moment. I found a list of Brazilian things here. First, a TV showing soccer. Bro, is there a Barcelona game on and who is the other team? Villarreal. There is a little box of medicine. Cigarette box. Do not smoke, for God's sake. There is cheap liquor too. Also, don't drink it. There is a little guarana. There is instant noodles. There's a loaf cake here. The one your grandma makes in the afternoon for you to eat after playing soccer. There are team jerseys. There's Brazil's. There's the shirt. Hey, Inter shirt. Hey, I don't like it. Grêmio jersey. The most beautiful girl of all, right? Corinthians is the jersey of Vasco. There is a Sachi in the bottle, which apparently brings luck. A little egg that gets happy when you touch it. A Holy Bible. Additionally, there is the whistle if you want to play soccer. At least you've got a whistle and the mobs, right? There's Among Us. My god, why is there Among Us? There's the little chick. Hey master, I'm not familiar with this creature here. And Mr. Zay. Oh, he speaks, bro. You can buy a lot of stuff here from Mr. Zay, bro. There's also the capybara, right, which is very Brazilian. There is the Sachi Perere. Oh, I want it, my god. Oh my god, this one is so Brazilian, dude. You have no idea, you who are not Brazilian. This here, when you go to play that little soccer game, at 5 in the afternoon, this creature flies out like that, and you get all scared, man. Why did Mr. Zay turn into a werewolf? You alright, Mr. Zay? Remember when I said there are 2 Brazilian mods? Actually, there aren't 2, there are 3. Brazil Craft and Brazilian Things. Brazil and Coises add these items that I showed. Brazil Craft adds those little shops that I showed. And the Brazilian Fields add structures. For example, I can teleport here to the Amazon biome. And we find a jungle. Very large but humid. Because the Brazilian jungle is humid, right? Look, everything is wet here and stuff. There has to be a caramel colored dog here to bite your ankle if you walk by. Is it possible to find the structure of the Christ the Redeemer? Look, I just found the Christ the Redeemer statue here in the world. His nose looks a bit big here, doesn't it? And it's kind of deformed, but trust Christ the Redeemer. And now I'm teleporting to the temple of Curupira. Curupira is a creature from Brazilian folklore. Oh my god, I just found a kid on a skateboard, dude. He rides a skateboard. Well, the kid with the skateboard wasn't gonna ride a bicycle. Wow, a flying cockroach. Oh my god, disgusting. I hate them, I hate them! Here at the Curupira temple, you can probably find Curupira, right? Here, the Curupira was born. Let me defeat him using my Brazilite sword. But let's play in survival mode just to see what the Curupira attack is like. My god, he attacks with some arrows that deal a lot of damage. When you finish defeating the Curupira, it drops all these items. In this case, the temple key that you can use in those spawners, the unusual ones here, and the portal igniter. to light up the portal of Brazil, and then you can enter the dimension of Brazilian fields. And here, my friends,
It's crazy.
first, because you might find homeless people here in this area. Here is one Brazilian real homeless person. Here in this dimension, you can find the kiosk. My God, what is that noise? Here at the kiosk, there are some Brazilian things. There is a floaty. There's caipirinha. Oh! There's a candy called beijinho. It's a Brazilian sweet, right? There are biomes with yellow and purple trumpet trees. Play a custom little tune here too when you enter this biome. Very cute. Hey man, there's a lot to represent Brazil. It's many mods. So let's evaluate them, and then you can download these 3 modifications here if you want to try them and test more things, but I can't spend 10 hours here testing these mods. Hey folks, with all due respect for me, I know I'm Brazilian, but there's no way the Brazil mod will stay here along with that superhero mod. That is in the United States category, because he adds things as amazing and fun. His job is just to add things from Brazil. And Brazil is amazing, so that's it. This is Brazil. Now we're going to take planet Earth and spin it until we reach the other side of the world to learn about the Japan mod. And here's the thing. For Japan, I chose the Sengoku mod, which is actually a mod pack from Bada Jaffa. It's a more serious part, let's say, that will represent Minecraft and Japan. There's also the Anime Inventory Pets mod, which is a bit more playful, but also very cool. And I will show you soon. Let's start with the Sengoku mod pack. And you can already see that when the world opens up, the generation is already completely different, right? Look at how magnificent this world generation is. The structures have a more traditional architecture, I think from Japan, just older, right? I'm not sure if this is still maintained somewhere. But look, inside one of these little houses, how cool. Are there mobs to face in the structures too? The mountains look more realistic. The forests have peeled trees and are much less dense, right? Let me show you a village from this mud pack. Look, this is the plain village. Completely changed too, bro. The part of the plantations here in their village looks amazing. The plain is much more open, as you can also notice. All of this here is included in the Sengoku mod pack, right? Now I'm gonna go down a bit because we need to see the ancient city, bro. Yes, the ancient city was modified. And let me turn off the shaders so we can see. Look at the ancient city, completely modified to look like things from Japan. Even the ocean monument got some modifications, man, to make it look more like Japanese architecture. And if the monument has changed, the pillager's mansion has certainly changed too. Pay attention here at the mansion zone. Where is it? Oh my God, it's here. Dude, this is magnificent. It's really beautiful, man. The guy who created this must be a big fan of Japan, dude. To get a taste of the rich Minecraft, right? I'm going to activate the Shogun texture pack texture. And you'll see how my Minecraft is going to change. Every experience, the mobs, everything becomes much more immersive. Here's the game with the new texture. Look how nice it looks. Listen to the sound of the menu. Everything becomes more immersive, bro. Look at the diamond pickaxe. Oh, Machado. Mobs change names, so the creeper turned into Kodama Nozumi. The Iron Golem became Daimajin. Warden became Osato. Hey guys, this here's a creeper. The flute turned into an exploding rat, dude. This here is the pillager. Look at the craziness of the pillager from Minecraft in Japan, dude. He just shoots you, brother. The Iron Golem is this huge creature here. What we're going to agree on is pretty strong, right? This here is the villager. The skeleton also got some armor and a really insane bow. Oh, Warden. Turn. This animal. Here, nothing more, nothing less. About a crazy big ogre. He looks like a rocker, man. Check out the stone sword, dude. It looks like those crazy spiked sticks that guys use in cartoons. I will create a portal to the end to show you. In this Japan mod pack, what does the end look like? Instead of Ender Eye, is it called Tide Pearl Pearl? Let's enter the end to see the differences. First, the end is aquatic, not bad. The end with these shaders here is just a bizarre thing. And the dragon has some really unusual towers here for you to explore, you know, but apparently they have no impact on the dragon. And the dragon itself is this creature. Hey there, bro. Look at this crazy thing. It's a totally new creature. Probably something from Japanese culture, right? Wow, man. The Enderman thinks he's a rocker just because he's hairy. Hi! Dude, simply amazing, this mod pack from Japan. But as promised, I will not just stick to that insane, beautiful, wonderful mod pack from Japan, because I have to test the second mod from Japan called Anime Inventory Pets. He adds Pikachu's pet, Catch Voltorb, Digimon Pet, Pet Dogimon, 5 Bakmon, Ask Arceus. All of this can be crafted here, and to not take too long, I'll choose a few of these patches to test. I will start testing on Pikachu. Apparently, Generate a bolt of lightning. Where do you click, right? Look. Pikachu's little thunderbolt. He is really cute, dude. This Voltorb here that causes an explosion. There is the Electrode, which makes you faster just by being in your inventory, and it also generates an explosion. There's this Dodrill here that when you have it in your inventory, gives you speed. Does Mushmon make a mob poisoned when you hit it? The Big Trapper. Gives you mining speed, right? Haste. Check out this Togumon, man. It gives you strength. You become really strong having this creature in your inventory. Hey, man, I killed a pig with my hand. This is crazy. This one looks like Zegotinha. It's the Wobbuffet pet. It gives resistance 6 and fire resistance 6. It's very strong, okay? Let me spawn an iron golem here and I'll hit it for you to see, okay? He practically doesn't damage me, man. Just because I have this patch here in my inventory. Because of course, crafting it is not very easy. Anything to test all the patches, you download the mod there. But you can already get a sense that it is very, very cool. An iron ball, he's trying. Now if I release the pet, I'll die immediately, you see? Oh my god! Hey man, if it were for the second mod of Japan, I would probably put it here in B. I thought it was cool, cute, but it's kind of simple. However, I'll have to go up to Japan here, because that first mod that alters generations, structures, and mobs, it's really, really insane, and he deserves the top spot. Yes, I get there's Zillion Chassis, all starbats. So Egyptian. For now, we only have a top mod and one that's so-so, but there's still Egypt. China. And what about Russia? Let's travel to Egypt. Now, testing the mod Atom 2. To begin with, you need to create a portal. The first step is to make a little pool of water. Using sandstone, you make a 5x5 square like this on the ground. Then close around him. Put the water inside this square like this. Pull 2 sandstone blocks upwards at the corners. And the portal is done. Just enter now. Number because you need to go to your nearest craft table and craft a scarab. What is this item here? Then you just throw the scarab into the portal and you create the portal to the new dimension of Atom. This here is the dimension. She has a very dense fog. And this was the mod pack chosen to represent Egypt because, like it or not, we know that Egypt is not just desert and adventures in pyramids. But around the world, he is very well known like this. And this mod here adds some really cool deserts, some crazy structures and adventures, including camel. Now I want to show you the biomes. Let's go. We have the dry oasis biome, which is this one here. We have this forest here, you know, with thick woods, but everything's dead. There are no trees. It's a desert, right? There won't be any leaves. There's also a river. No water. There is the oasis biome, which this one is not dry. This one is hope in the middle of the desert, right? There is water here, look, for you to replenish your kidneys. There are some really cool loots too. And now I will show you the boss. The boss of this mod. There are some structures, but the main one is the pyramid. This pyramid here has the boss inside it. And to enter the pyramid, you need these torches here called Nebutort. Look, you can try to break the blocks here to get into the pyramid, but there's no way, okay? Because you need to enter differently. To get into the pyramid, you'll need to dig a bit. The 4 sides of it to be able to find the entrance. What is this here? Are these yellow squares here that look like targets? This is where you can enter. Just place these Nebu torches here and the door opens. Here, there are many enemies. There's loot for you to take from the chests. The mobs are really strong, man. And there are layers, obviously, right? You can go down here in the pyramid and you will find mazes, passages, and also traps, okay? These blocks here cause blindness, slowness. Look, they gave me poison, man. Scoundrel! I found another downhill here. You go through the maze and come to the 3rd floor down right. And the next step is to find a sarcophagus. Here it is. We found the sarcophagus. And inside there are the pharaohs and a lot of traps too. To spawn the pharaoh, you will need 4 torches. Of these torches here, see? Torch of Nebu, Torch of Amput, Torch of Anubis, Torch of Aten. There are many types of torches. All the crafting recipes can be seen here in this J, right? Just enough items. I will choose here the Torch of that Nephthys. Just put the 4 torches here in the corners. Click on the bucket by the sarcophagus. And the pharaoh is born to face you. And look, dude, he really has a lot of life. Until you defeat the pharaoh, you can't open the sarcophagus, okay? But when you defeat him, you can open the sarcophagus and grab the loot inside. There's the bracelets, there are some coins. From what I understand, you can wash these items here in water to achieve. Transform them, look! I'm washing the dirty items here, you know. Now I have a gold bracelet, a silver bracelet, gold coins, all thanks to my fight against the pharaoh. And so, man, the time has come to evaluate the country. Actually, it's about evaluating the country's mod, right? Which isn't exactly an Egypt mod, but it's a mod that adds similar things. In my opinion, this mod is more or less here in between B and A, but I'm going to put it in A just because there's nothing in A. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to visit, to travel to Russia. The world is loading. Hello, I was born in the world, and I know that Russia has many things to be represented. But the creator of this mod pack called Russia decided to represent the cold. Russia is a very cold place for him. That you have a mod that makes you feel cold. And you could die from the cold. In other words, it's very hard to survive in Russia. At least in the Russia of this mod pack here. Here if you die, besides dying, you lose a heart. And it's a life too, so the world is tough. If you die 10 times, the world ends forever and each time it gets harder. So when you start in this Russian cold mod pack, you will have to look for food. Look for blocks, look for shelters. There are these clothes here, the boots, the pants, the chest armor, and the helmet that you can use, and they give you immunity. Oh my god. I fell in the snow here, dude. This outfit gives you immunity to the cold. It's not very easy to make when you're born here in the mod pack. You'll die a few times before that. But you become immune to the cold, and then life becomes much easier, right? You only have to take care of hunger, thirst, your health, and the monsters. And this mod pack has monsters and creatures that are very hard to face, like for example, O Demogorgon Dweller. What is this creature here from Stranger Things, right? I don't know if it has any other origin related to Russia, but in the series Stranger Things, I think it has something to do with Russia, if I'm not mistaken. But to protect yourself from this creature and the mobs, the Russet mod pack offers something really cool. What you craft with these materials. It's the famous gunsmithing table. At the weapon forging table, here you can create a variety of tools, a variety of very crazy weapons. The easiest one is the Glock CZ75, which you use 17 rounds. Just come here to the Glock, click to craft, and then you get a Glock, right? But you also have to make ammunition. To make the ammunition for this Glock here that uses 9mm, you'll come here to look for 9mm. I don't understand anything about guns, but I think it's here, a 9mm bullet. Needs copper and gunpowder. Alright, I made some ammunition for the Glock here. Hey dude, it's really... Oil! Hi! Reload! Reload! Oh my god. Did you guys see that, man? That's horrible. A weird big bug showed up here. Friend, this mod pack here has everything to be a really cool mod pack to play, dude. Look at this, man. These toy guns look very realistic. Let me try crafting another weapon here just to see. I have an M4 here, and by pressing Z, you can open this stage here. Look, you can add sights and different things to your weapons. Now, my M4 has a really cool sight, and I'm definitely going to make a CS video in Minecraft. Dude, what an insane mod. There's an iron golem here. Should we test this weapon on it? Bro, now he has a lot of health, buddy. Look at the Demogorgon. Are you still alive, man? You are going to die. Did he die and vanish? Hey, not bad, the mod pack from Russia. Hey guys, folks! In my opinion, this mod pack from Russia will go together with Egypt here. It just doesn't surpass the superhero Brazil and so on. But I think we can go down to Japan too, man. No, the mod of Japan is really beautiful, my friend. No, but you can go down. I will leave Japan down here. And I will leave it in this order here. Now we need to test the mod from China. So let's travel a bit more, and now we're going to test the data pack called More Chinese Structures. And here we are at the junction of a data pack and map of Chinese mythology. Look how beautiful Minecraft looks with these items. All together, right? Look at this dragon, dude. Let me take a look. Let's see how this map turns out later tonight. Look, it looks really nice, man. Everything shiny, everything unusual too. There are a few different structures that we can find here. For example, this tower has loot inside, okay? So you can find meat, you can find sand, enchanted books. Let's go to the other structure to take a look too, okay? This data pack here features a structure that is a palace in the skies. Bro, not bad. A really awesome structure to decorate, in my opinion, in Minecraft. Celestial structures are missing, right? I would say, I don't know if celestial, but floating. It's really cool, and oh my, there are so many diamonds and emeralds. Iron items. Very difficult mobs to defeat up here too. Now I'm going here. Whoa, look at those clouds. But as I was saying, there is apparently a cherry blossom temple here, look. He uses these woods here. Actually, it's not wood, it's red terracotta, right? And it's just a tiny little temple too with some cool loots you can grab. It's the cherry temple. There is the plain temple. What is this little temple here, which is also very cute? So it's more about changing textures and adding structures, right? Let's go to one of these Hui villages here. I can't speak Chinese, man. I don't know the name of this, but wow. A different architecture within the thematic Chinese architectures. Nice, bro. Let's look inside this. Whoa, what's this? Blue horse, dude. Where have you ever seen that here, bro? Smurf's horse. The villagers don't have big noses. They have huge smiles. Dude, like you can explore a lot of stuff from this mod here, right? This data pack. The name is Chinese mythology along with the data pack. More Chinese structures if you want to try it out. But like, since he doesn't add insane items and stuff, I would say he can stay here at level B. He is very handsome, unlike the Canadian style, which is not as nice. Our list ended up like this. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode of Geleia Labs coming out next Monday. Thanks, guys.
O Geleia sabe que você é muito legal. Na moral, você assistiu até o final. Uau!